Faith isn't just something you feel in your heart. It's a force that can shape entire cities, filling their streets with music, their homes with hope, and their people with purpose. Today, we're taking you on a journey to the top 10 cities, with the most Catholics in the world, where faith isn't just a private belief but a living, breathing part of everyday life. From the colorful festivals of Latin America to the historic churches of the United States and the resilient spirit of Africa, these cities show how Catholicism thrives in the modern world, uniting millions through shared traditions and acts of love. Stick with us until the end to discover which city claims the #1 spot and why it's a global powerhouse of faith. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community so you never miss a story about faith, its culture, and the incredible ways people live their beliefs. Number 10, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Imagine a city where a giant statue of Jesus watches over golden beaches and vibrant streets, where faith is as bold as the sun itself. That's Rio de Janeiro, home to 3.32 million Catholics, over half the city's population, making it a spiritual beacon. In Brazil, the Christ, the Redeemer statue, standing tall on Corcovado Mountain, isn't just a landmark, it's a symbol of Rio's deep Catholic roots, drawing pilgrims who climb its steps to pray or simply feel closer to God. From the sun-drenched avenues of Copacabana to the steep, colorful alleyways of favelas like Complex do Alamo, churches are everywhere. From grand Baroque cathedrals with golden altars to humble hillside chapels built with love and cinder blocks, the Archdiocese of Rio runs one of Brazil's most active networks of outreach, operating hospitals that heal the sick, schools that teach kids from poor neighborhoods, and shelters that offer a safe place for those in need. Just about Sunday Mass, it's woven into the city's soul. The Feast of Saint Sebastian, Rio's patron saint, brings thousands to the streets with music, dance, and prayers blending into a joyful celebration that honors both faith and community. Another big event is the pilgrimage to Our Lady of Penha, where devotees, some crawling on their knees, show their devotion in a powerful act of love. Carnival, known worldwide for its wild parades, has deep Catholic roots as a final burst of joy before the fasting of Lent. Samba lyrics often call out to saints, and murals of the Virgin Mary brighten city walls, showing how faith shapes Rio's art and music. The Church has stood by Rio's people through tough times, dictatorships, economic struggles, and social unrest, offering not just prayers but real help, like food drives and job programs. In every neighborhood, you'll find stories of priests and nuns working alongside families to build a better future. Rio's Catholicism is a living force, a companion that lifts spirits, protects the vulnerable, keeps the city's heart beating with hope. It's a place where faith isn't just believed, it's celebrated, sung, and shared in every corner of this vibrant city. Number 9, Bogotá. It's Colombia high in the Andes Mountains. Bogotá rises not just as Colombia's capital, but as a city, where faith runs deep with 3.88 million Catholics, 86% of the population living their beliefs every day. The church here isn't just a place to pray, it's a cornerstone of hope in a city that's faced political turmoil, violence, and inequality. The Primatial Cathedral in Plaza Bolivar is a breathtaking symbol of faith, stone walls echoing with centuries of prayers. But it's the small chapels in Bogotá's poorer neighborhoods that truly shine. These humble spaces are where families gather not just for Mass, but for food, clothes, and support, as the church runs programs to help those struggling to get by. During Holy Week, the streets of Candelaria, the city's historic heart, become a moving prayer. With processions of people carrying candles, singing hymns, and reenacting Jesus' journey, blending Catholic rituals with indigenous Colombian traditions. The Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary draws thousands, their voices and incense filling the air as they honor their faith. The Church has been a voice for peace in Colombia, with priests and nuns leading efforts to heal communities torn by decades of conflict. In neighborhoods scarred by displacement, parishes serve as hubs of reconciliation, offering counseling, job training, and safe spaces for kids to learn and play. Bogotá's Catholic schools educate thousands, giving children from tough backgrounds a chance at a brighter future. Youth groups are thriving, with young people leading music ministries and mission projects that bring faith to life. The city's art reflects its Catholic heart, with street murals of saints and churches adorned. With colorful mosaics, even in daily life, faith is everywhere. Families pray at home altars and street vendors wear rosaries as they work. Bogotá's Catholicism is a force of resilience, uniting people across generations and backgrounds, from the bustling downtown to the quiet outskirts. It's a city where faith doesn't just endure, it grows, inspiring hope and action in a place that's seen its share of hardship but never stops believing. Number 8. Philadelphia, USA. Philadelphia, known for its role in American history, is also a city where 3.69 million Catholics make faith a living part of the urban landscape. This is a place where immigrants, Irish, Italian, Polish, and German, built a Catholic legacy brick by brick. Starting in the 1700s, facing discrimination and poverty, they turned to their churches, which became more than places of worship, were sanctuaries of community, where families found support and hope. The Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, with its grand dome, stands as a proud symbol of this heritage. But it's the small parish churches in neighborhoods like Kensington or South Philly that keep the faith alive. These parishes host festivals with food, music, and games, bringing people together in laughter and prayer. The Archdiocese of Philadelphia runs dozens of schools, from elementary to prestigious universities like Villanova, shaping young minds with faith and knowledge. Catholic hospitals and charities, like Catholic Social Services, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, and counsel those in need, touching thousands of lives every year. In 2015, Philadelphia welcomed Pope Francis for the World Meeting of Families. It's a massive event that drew global attention and showed the city's Catholic pride. The church here is a force for justice, advocating for immigrants, the poor, and those left behind in a fast-changing city. From the historic churches nestled among skyscrapers to the modern outreach programs in struggling neighborhoods, Philadelphia's Catholics live their faith through action. Stories abound of parishes rallying to rebuild after storms or volunteers serving meals to those in need. The city's Catholic schools are known for their discipline and care, giving kids from all backgrounds a chance to succeed. Faith here isn't just about tradition, it's about looking forward, building a community where everyone has a place. Philadelphia's Catholicism is a bridge between the past and the future, a steady light in a city that's always evolving. Number 7. Boston, USA. Boston's Catholic roots run deep, woven into the very soul of the city through centuries of immigration, resilience, and faith. With 3.73 million Catholics, accounting for nearly 40% of the regional population, Boston stands as one of the most profoundly Catholic cities in the United States. The story began with Irish immigrants fleeing famine in the 19th century, followed closely by waves of Italians and other European communities who brought with them a steadfast devotion to the Church. These early Catholic families faced intense discrimination, yet they built an enduring legacy, founding parishes, opening schools, and establishing hospitals that continue to serve to this day. The Archdiocese of Boston has grown into a major spiritual and civic force, operating one of the largest Catholic school systems in the country and overseeing countless ministries that address homelessness, addiction, and food insecurity. Prestigious institutions like Boston College and Emmanuel College reflect the city's unique blend of faith and intellectual excellence, where theology and academic inquiry are nurtured side by side. Historic churches such as the Cathedral of the Holy Cross are not only architectural treasures, but also daily sanctuaries for thousands seeking grace and guidance. What distinguishes Boston's Catholic landscape is its resilience and reform. The city has weathered deep trials, including moments of crisis within the Church. But its faithful have responded not with retreat, but with renewed commitment to transparency, justice, and healing. In local parishes and grassroots outreach centers, Catholic Bostonians continue to live out their faith through service, advocacy, and a deep sense of social responsibility. From Dorchester to Cambridge, the legacy of Catholicism in Boston is still being written by teachers, nurses, priests, and lay leaders who carry forward the values of sacrifice, solidarity, and hope planted by their immigrant ancestors. Number 6. Mexico City, Mexico. Mexico City is a place where faith feels like it's woven into the very air. With over 4 million Catholics making it a spiritual epicenter for Latin America, at the heart of this devotion is the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, where millions come each year to honor the Virgin Mary, whose 1531 apparition to Saint Juan Diego is a cornerstone of Mexican faith. The Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, celebrated on December 12th, transforms the city into a sea of flowers, songs, and processions, with families walking miles to show their love. The Metropolitan Cathedral, with its golden altars, towers over the Zocalo. But small shrines tucked into markets and neighborhoods are just as vital, where people light candles and pray for their families. The church runs schools that educate thousands, hospitals that care for the sick, and shelters that offer refuge to the poor in a city where inequality is stark. During Holy Week, Mexico City becomes a living stage, with reenactments of Jesus' Passion drawing crowds who blend Catholic rituals with Mexican traditions like vibrant papal picado decorations. Faith shapes the city's culture, from paintings of saints in art galleries to songs that echo in street markets. The church has been a constant through Mexico's history of conquest, revolution, and modernization, offering not just spiritual guidance but practical help, like food programs and job training. In neighborhoods like Xochimilco, parishes are community hubs where families celebrate baptisms, weddings, and feast days like Dadalos, Moretos with food and prayers. Mexico City's Catholicism is a shared identity, a force that unites millions in a sprawling metropolis, giving them strength to face challenges and joy to celebrate their heritage. Number 5. Chicago. USA, we've reached the halfway point of our countdown, and it brings us to Chicago, a city where 4.95 million Catholics, nearly 39% of the population, make faith a vibrant part of urban life. Chicago's Catholic story is one of diversity, built by waves of immigrants, Irish, Polish, Mexican, Filipino, who brought their traditions and made them part of the city's soul. Holy Name Cathedral, with its soaring spires, is a landmark of faith. But it's the small churches in neighborhoods like Pilsen or Little Village that keep Catholicism alive, where families gather for Mass in Spanish, Polish, or English. Archdiocese of Chicago runs one of America's largest Catholic school systems, giving kids from all backgrounds a chance to learn and grow. Catholic hospitals and charities like Catholic Charities of Chicago serve the poor, the sick, giving kids from all backgrounds a chance to learn and grow. Catholic hospitals and grow. Homeless, offering meals, shelter, and hope. During the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, Chicago's streets explode with color, as thousands join processions with mariachi music and flowers. The church fights for justice, supporting immigrants, advocating for better schools, and working to end violence in tough neighborhoods. Parish festivals bring communities together with food, games, and prayers, creating memories that last a lifetime. Chicago's Catholic universities like DePaul and Loyola train leaders who carry faith into the world. The city's faith is a blend of old and new, with historic churches standing alongside modern outreach programs. Have you ever visited a Catholic church in Chicago? Which one left a mark on your heart? Share your story in the comments below, and keep watching to see which city takes the top spot. Number 4. São Paulo, Brazil. São Paulo is Brazil's biggest city and a Catholic giant, with 4.98 million Catholics, nearly 65% of the population breathing faith into its bustling streets. This city's Catholic story began with Portuguese settlers, but it grew as millions moved here from across Brazil, bringing their devotion to the church. The church is a lifeline in São Paulo, running schools that educate kids in poor neighborhoods, hospitals that care for the sick, and programs that offer hope to those struggling. During Holy Week, the city's streets become a moving prayer, thousands joining processions, carrying candles, and singing hymns that echo through skyscrapers. The Feast of Our Lady of Aparecida, Brazil's patron saint, is a massive event. With churches overflowing with prayers and music, São Paulo's Catholics are a force for change, fighting for affordable housing, indigenous rights, and the protection of the Amazon, showing that faith can shape a nation's heart. Young people are a big part of this, joining youth groups and music ministries that bring energy to the church. In neighborhoods like BRs or Muka, parishes are community hubs, hosting everything from charity drives to soccer tournaments. The city's art reflects its faith, with church frescoes and street art depicting saints and biblical scenes. In a city known for its fast pace and towering buildings, Catholicism slows things down, reminding people to care for each other. São Paulo's faith is a balance of ancient traditions and modern challenges, proving that Catholicism can thrive in a world of change, inspiring people to live with purpose and love. Number 3, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo. What does faith look like in a city where life is a daily challenge? In Kinshasa, it's a light that never fades. With 6.44 million Catholics, over half the population, making it Africa's largest Catholic city, in a place marked by poverty and conflict, the church is a lifeline, running schools that give kids a future, clinics that heal the sick, and programs that support families displaced by hardship. Churches here are more than places to pray. They're community centers where people find hope, food, and friendship. During holy days, Kinshasa's dusty streets come alive with music and color as thousands join processions, singing rhythmic hymns and dancing in praise. The church has been a voice for peace, with priests and nuns walking miles to bring aid to those in need, counseling families and rebuilding communities torn by violence. Young Catholics are a driving force, leading groups that spread faith and help others, from organizing youth choirs to building wells in rural areas. Kinshasa's faith is reflected in its culture, with gospel music blending African rhythms and Catholic prayers. Parishes host workshops that teach skills like sewing or farming, helping people stand on their own. The church doesn't shy away from Kinshasa's struggles, it steps into them, turning pain into purpose through love and service. In this city, Catholicism is a call to action, a reminder that faith can shine even in the toughest moments, inspiring a new generation to build a better future with hope and courage. Number 2. New York, USA. How did a city known for its skyscrapers, stock markets, and relentless pace become one of the most deeply Catholic cities on earth? The answer lies not in the headlines, but in the quiet perseverance of millions who brought their faith with them as they built this city from the ground up. With 7.68 million Catholics, over 40% of the greater metropolitan population, New York is not only a global capital of finance and culture, but also a spiritual stronghold shaped by generations of immigrants who found strength, identity, and purpose in the church. From the Irish fleeing famine to the Italians chasing opportunity, from Polish laborers to Latino families seeking a better future. These communities planted the seeds of a Catholic heritage that still flourishes in every borough today. Is not just a tradition, it's a force that continues to transform lives. Catholic schools nurture the minds of future leaders, while parishes serve as sanctuaries for prayer, healing, and justice. Behind the walls of convents and Catholic charities, the poor are fed, the homeless sheltered, and the forgotten remembered. Patrick's Cathedral may capture the eye, but it is the small chapels in working-class neighborhoods, where Mass is whispered in dozens of languages and children are baptized amid city noise that capture the soul. Catholicism in New York moves with the same energy as the city itself, vibrant, diverse, and unafraid to speak out for the voiceless. Even in the face of adversity, whether economic crisis, social unrest, or public health emergencies, the Catholic Church in New York stands firm, offering not only comfort, but clarity and conviction. It fuels movements for affordable housing, racial justice, education reform, and immigration rights, proving that faith here is inseparable from action. As the city evolves, so too does its church, embracing digital outreach, welcoming converts, raising up a new generation of young Catholics who blend tradition with innovation. In New York, belief is not a private matter. It's woven into the rhythm of daily life, from morning prayers in Manhattan to candlelit vigils in the Bronx. Number 1. Los Angeles, USA, topping the list as the city with the largest Catholic population in the world. Los Angeles is a place where faith meets diversity and devotion flourishes in the heart of modern urban life. With over 8.1 million Catholics, making up nearly 34% of the region's population, Louisiana has become a global center of Catholic vitality, shaped by decades of immigration and spiritual resilience. This is a city built not only on dreams and ambition, but on the enduring faith of millions who cross borders carrying rosaries, stories, and centuries-old traditions. From the earliest Mexican settlers to recent arrivals from Central and South America, each wave of immigrants has added its voice to the city's growing Catholic chorus. In Los Angeles, Catholicism is not an ornament of the past. It is an essential part of daily life. Parishes stretch across every corner of the city. Each one is a reflection of the communities they serve, multilingual, multicultural, and mission-driven. Catholic schools educate tens of thousands of students each year, creating paths to opportunity for families from all backgrounds. Religious orders operate hospitals, shelters, and clinics that serve the poor and the sick with compassion and dignity. The Church in LA stands at the forefront of immigration, support, youth empowerment, and restorative justice, turning belief into bold, visible action in the streets, neighborhoods, and civic spaces of the city. Even in the entertainment capital of the world, where attention shifts by the second, the Catholic faith remains a grounding presence. The majestic Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels anchors downtown with spiritual grandeur, while small chapels in immigrant neighborhoods quietly nourish the soul of the city. Feast days, Marian processions, and open-air masses continue to draw thousands into public expressions of belief that defy the secular tempo of modern life. Across Los Angeles, the Church adapts, embracing technology, forming young leaders, imagining ministry for a new era without ever abandoning its spiritual roots. From the bustling streets of LA to the vibrant heart of Kinshasa, these 10 cities remind us that Catholicism is far more than numbers. It's a living, breathing force, a source of strength, unity, and hope that bridges centuries and continents. In every city on this list, faith doesn't just endure, it grows, adapts, and inspires communities to become more compassionate, resilient, and united. Which city on this list surprised you the most? And where do you think the next Catholic stronghold might rise? If this journey through the world's most Catholic cities moved you, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories of faith, culture, and the global church. See you in the next one.